Well, I kind of blacked out after that. The end of my second grade and all of third grade, I was asleep for the most part. I don't have very many memories. There was one afternoon I came home after school and Dad helped me with my homework. I had math homework, and he sat down on the couch and showed me how to solve the math problems. And then he told me to go to the dining room table, solve the problems, and bring him back the answers. And so I went in the dining room table and sat down and started solving the problems. Now there was two margins on both sides of 10 problems. So the 10 problems were mostly in the center of the page and two margins on the side where you could solve the problem and then write your answer in the space. But it didn't have like a title that said solve here. So it was kind of a gray area and the margins were kind of thin. So you're like, is that a space? Is it not? In my mind. And so what I did was I solved the problem out, found the answer, wrote the answer in a spot, and then went back and scribbled out the problem. I was like, the teacher's going to be so proud of me. I just have the answer. She doesn't have to look at the way I solved it. She'll just go, yep. Great job, Brian. And so Dad didn't think that way, obviously. And so I solved all the problems and took him into Dad and sat down by him on the couch, and he looked over the sheet with the answers and saw that I'd scribbled out the problems, and I wasn't very happy with it. He looked at me and said, why did you scratch out the way you solved these? I said, I don't know, the answer's right there. And he said, don't do that. Show the teacher how you solve the problem. And then after that, he got up. He just stopped. He didn't tell me if my answers were correct. He didn't tell me anything else. He just went to the kitchen and started pacing back and forth. And I watched him sit there and saw him looking out the window, walking back and forth. Something was on his mind. And I don't know what he was thinking, still to this day. I guess a large part of him was wondering, is this something that every kid does? Is this just a problem that Brian has? And I don't know what he came up with, but all of a sudden he kind of perked up and walked out of the kitchen into the living room and into the bedroom. He acted like the problem wasn't even there. At any rate, I kind of feel like he was scratching out the problem and how he worked it out on the side in the kitchen, because after that he didn't help me with my homework, which is fine. I imagine he decided, I've got too much to do in life. I've got bigger problems to work out. I'm not his teacher. I should just let the teacher handle stuff like that, and kind of went on his way.